to another edition of Johnny Investing. Other people try to sell you something. I'm just here to find those A winners, go-getters, trend-setting companies to invest in. Thank you for joining me wherever you may be. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to be looking at the top 10 best-selling pharmaceuticals of 2021. So the top 10 best-selling pharmaceuticals of 2021, this is really an important list when you're trying to identify those biotech companies to invest in. I mean, you really have to understand the science. You got to understand why the science is transformative. And it's imperative to find these companies that have really, really good teams. So let's start with the list. Number 10 on the list, dulaglutide, Trulicity. GLP-1 agonist had $6.5 billion in sales in 2021. Anyone have any idea what this medication is used for? Type 2 diabetes, which I think we have another potential, medication like this in the works. I'll have other videos on that later on. Let's get on to number 9 on the list. There will be more than one of these factor 10 inhibitors. Rivaroxaban is the generic. Xarelto is the brand name. $8 billion in sales in 2021, used to prevent deep vein thrombosis, among other things. There will be another factor 10 inhibitor on this list. Number 8, Biktarvy is the brand name. It's a combination drug used in HIV for. It's got basically 3 components. You have a integrase strand inhibitor, which is bictegravir, and then you have 2 nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, emtricitabine and tenofovir alfanamide. Biktarvy, over $8.6 billion in sales. Number 7, monoclonal antibody, biologic medication. Stelara is the brand name. Ustekinumab. $9.1 billion in sales. Biologic medication used to lower inflation, help patients over 6 years old, and as well as adult patients with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, and as well as moderate to severe Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Going to number 6 on the list, indicated for macular edema and diabetic patients' retinopathy. Eylea is the brand name. Aflibercept, $9.2 billion in sales. We'll go to the number 5 on the list. Imbruvica, $9 billion in sales is the brand name. Ibrutinib, this is a really interesting, it's an oral capsule drug used to treat chronic lymphatic leukemia as well as small lymphatic lymphoma. The ibrutinib is a small molecular inhibitor, and it's basically forms a covalent bond with the cysteine residue in the BTK active site, leading to inhibition of BTK enzymatic activity. BTK is a signaling molecule of the B-cell antigen receptor and the cytokine receptor pathway. I've also seen in non-clinical studies showing that the ibrutinib, the Imbruvica, inhibits malignant B-cell proliferation and survival in vivo as well as cell migration. So $9 billion in sales. We'll go to number 4 on the list. Lenalidomide, Raylimid, which is a thalidomide analog in combination with dexamethasone as steroid, $12 billion in sales, used for multiple myeloma. Number 3, here's that other factor 10 inhibitor, apixaban Eliquis, $16 billion in sales with Eliquis, the brand name. There's the molecular structure, a factor 10 inhibitor. The second one on the list, lots of indications, over 5, pulmonary embolism, treatment for deep vein thrombosis. Let's go to number 2 on the list, pembrolizumab, Keytruda, the brand name, a PD-1 inhibitor, $17 billion in sales. Another monoclonal antibody, helps the immune system to slow the stop and growth of those nasty cancer cells. Pembrolizumab. Anyone can guess what the number 1 If you guessed adalimumab, another monoclonal antibody, Humira, tumor necrosis factor blocker, over $20 billion in sales, lots of indications. Rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. That's number one on the list. Make sure to comment below. Did I miss anything on the list? I bet people can think of some medications that I missed that made this list. You know, I do hope you liked it. Please subscribe and hit the like button. That really helps the channel grow. Thank you for watching.